And the system is extremely threatened by us telling the truth. They're extremely threatened by the fact that they've been caught lying and engaging in so much oppression and so much corruption for so long that they're really floundering around. And that's what's happening, is they've tried to ignore us in past decades, and now they can't, because their agenda is now out in the open. They've been so successful at setting up their private, corporate, criminal, piratical system that they can't deny it anymore. They can't hide it anymore. And so they're bringing it out in the open and saying Cass Sunstein's trying to stop violence. Cass Sunstein's doing what he has to. When Cass Sunstein is calling for open classical tyranny, and the carbon tax, Al Gore, George Soros crowd is calling for green fascism all over the news and saying they should be undemocratic. And nuclear expert Monbiot, global warming alarmist, and nuclear, well, I'm going to break that down when we come back. It's very sad. It's very, very sad.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
A very wealthy U.S. citizen is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He says it will change everything about our lives. The way you shop, travel, invest, educate your children, and even how you take care of your health and your own family. Now, this man has made some outrageous predictions over the years. The crazy part is, he's usually right. You see, he predicted the collapse of GM, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and America's biggest mall owner, General Growth Properties. In fact, Barron's called his work a dire prophecy. Recently, he created a video, which you can watch online for free, detailing his biggest and most important prediction yet. And it's a real eye-opener. I can't stress this enough. You should at least watch this free video online today. He explains everything you need to know, including simple steps you can take to protect yourself. You can find the video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica, the number 3.com. Watch the free video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica3.com.
Hi, folks. This is Alex Jones asking you for a minute of your time to tell you about soap. Not detergents, but good old-fashioned pure soap made by the Cal Ben Soap Company, a family-owned and operated American company. My family, staff, friends, and radio listeners are constantly telling me how much they love these products for bath, hair, laundry, and dishes. There is nothing like these factory-direct, big money-saving, triple-concentrated soaps anywhere. Get a free detailed catalog by calling 800-340-7091 or see them online at 5starsoap.com or Infowars.com. Let's talk to the owner of 5 Star Soap, Marty Schachter, and see what he has to say.
As founder and owner for over 63 years, people keep asking me, how's business? I'm happy to say our business is going down the drain. Call us at 1-800-340-7091. Visit our website, 5starsoap.com, for buying our 1 to 2 month soap sampler. Thank you.
You've heard Alex explain how the Silver Lungs generator infuses the respiratory system with your self-produced colloidal silver solutions, yet many are unaware of the entire function of the Silver Lungs system and how it has been designed to deliver your silver solutions anywhere in or on the body. My name is Mario Cifaldi, and I'm the developer of the Silver Lungs generator. Not only does the Silver Lungs system produce endless colloidal and ionic silver solutions, it also comes equipped with the proper applicators and devices needed to deliver your silver solutions directly to key target areas. This includes the eyes, ears, nose, lungs, topically to the skin, and orally for the digestive system. Be sure to watch our new 7-minute video tour of the Silver Lungs system at www.silverlungs.com to learn more about how the Silver Lungs system works. As well, we are always ready to answer any questions you may have. That's www.silverlungs.com.
Okay, I'm going to revisit all of this at the bottom of the next hour with a cogent, focused rebuke of the dangerous activities of George Soros and his subversive revolutionary, anti-American organizations like Media Matters. Remember, Soros admittedly has been instrumental in overthrowing many nations in Eastern Europe. His organizations are publicly involved in Egypt and other areas. That's not debated. Google was involved in the overthrow of Egypt. And they make fun of me in the article saying Google has government connections. Google was set up by the federal government on record 12 years ago. And with funding via the CIA's public funding arm in QTEL. Again, they count on you being ignorant. They play with theater of the mind, knowing that many people don't have a basic historical lens to see the world through, or a geopolitical current lens, or a view with human anthropology, sociology, psychology. But I study these people. I read the white papers they push back and forth with each other. We published and first broke, because it was hidden in plain view, years ago, Cass Sunstein calling for our arrest. And Soros, who overthrows countries' currencies, who overthrows their governments, who's a top globalist operative, who openly helped the Nazis rob Jews, and then he puts out newspaper ads rebuking Glenn Beck for mentioning it, saying it's horrible and untasteful. No, what he did was distasteful and evil. I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible how nakedly corrupt and evil, and then they're always surrounded by a coterie of fake liberals to give them fake liberal cover on the liberal wing of this global corporate system. And then just as bad, just as disgusting are the fake Republicans. They're there to just co-opt the conservative movement in this country. And to see all the admissions of their COINTELPRO and the Pentagon teaming up with them to pose as bloggers and to attack anybody that questions wars or surveillance or the police state, and to witness all of the undemocratic, draconian attacks on free speech and protesting, and the admissions of unbridled, warrantless wiretapping. It was just 5 short years ago that Bush would go out and give speeches and say it's a ridiculous conspiracy theory that we're spying on you without warrants. And then it came out that they were, and it had nothing to do with Al-Qaeda. And now today, the head of Google, Schmidt, comes out in modern days and says, yeah, we're watching everything you're doing. We're tracking everything you're doing. And now they're saying he may be the new commerce secretary. And so they put out this selection to the American people, the British people, the German people, the Japanese people. It's the fake choice, where they put out 2 or 3 different political parties with slight differences on the surface, slight rhetorical differences via little semantical distractions, and then tell you to choose from that, and then use that atomized, balkanized, divide and conquer system to play us off against each other, when all of our interest as American citizens, whether you're a cop, a school teacher, in the military, a private business owner, somebody who's in a union, a machinist, a textile worker, we're all being hurt by globalism. Globalism is anti-family. Globalism is anti-independent. Globalism is anti-true free market, anti-wealth. Their stated goal, ad nauseum, is a post-industrial world. These are horrible control freaks who've created a quasi-scientific cosmology and philosophy for what they do, a war against the nation state, a war against the family, a war against the individual. Now, in these fights, in the left-right paradigm, they do hate each other. There's no doubt Roger Ailes fears the Democrats and George Soros and has bodyguards. I've confirmed that from inside Fox News, from 2 different sources, and from a former governor who's friends with, all right, I'm not even supposed to say it. I'm going to leave it right there. The point is, Roger Ailes, the head of Fox, has bodyguards, folks. He's scared to death. He's had them for more than a decade because of threats and recrimination. Can you imagine? So yes, there is a fight between Roger Ailes and the Clintons. All of that is real. But then for the last 15 years or more, Rush Limbaugh, created by Roger Ailes, he's the guy that got him his job, syndicated him. Then he created Fox News with Murdoch, was brought on because of that successful model, to say there are no special forces secret drills. They call it black helicopters. There is no mission creep domestically for the military to be used domestically. Now it's admitted that it's been set up. Mainstream, AP, Toronto newspaper, Ottawa Citizen, yes, deals have been signed to use foreign troops in America to suppress dissenters. I mean, it's now mainstream news. And to make jokes about the Federal Reserve isn't private and it's not corrupt and the Council on Foreign Relations doesn't exist. But because of the alternative media and decades of work by myself and people like G. Edward Griffin going back 40-plus years and Red Beckman and countless others, because of that and because we didn't mind being attacked, being demonized, some people like Red Beckman being arrested, some people being killed or run out of the country like Bob Chapman. The government trying to plant hand grenades in his house. Because of the willingness to be attacked and demonized, we told people what was coming. It's now much of it arrived. The train is pulling into the station. The people can see it now. World governments being openly admitted. And so out comes Fox News 2 years ago, with Dick Morris saying, hey, the conspiracy theorists were wrong about world government, UN takeover, global currency, but now they're right. That's a quote. And so Beck goes from a mainline conservative to having G. Edward Griffin on for over 30 minutes Friday. Now, Beck, I did watch it, was saying with the Cato guy, it's an accident. The feds don't mean this. And the Federal Reserve, Fed in name only. And then Griffin would come back and say, no, actually, it is planned. It is designed. We have their documents. But they're having to even get more, quote, extreme and tell more of the truth to maintain any credibility. It's a delicate balance. If Fox allows some truth to come out, they will have more viewers than all other cable news combined, as they do. Just because there's a little bit of truth. What do you think happens when we tell you the whole thing? We go right to the rock bottom, right to the bone, right to the stinking guts of this thing. Not dumbed down radio, not idiocy. Now, that said, I'm not going to address Glenn Beck in detail because I have too much serious news to cover. But understanding the different facets of this information war going on will help people navigate the propaganda and the disinformation. But Glenn Beck did a good thing Friday having G. Edward Griffin on. We try to commend him when he does the right thing. But he did the wrong thing playing out of context my interview with Charlie Sheen, where I was going there to help him stay clean and off drugs, sober, because he was cooped up in his house with, sobriety coaches and a nurse. He said, come out here and, hang out with me. We'll talk about politics for the weekend. And when I got Charlie on, because I was there basically coaching him when I was there, I'm like, good job, good job. You're not using drugs. You're not drinking. Great job, Charlie. You're clean. And Beck took it and just said, what is he talking about? Charlie, you look great. You're clean. What, are they in the shower together? Having sex? It was bizarre. And he went on and on and on out of context. As I was going over media lies,